Okay, wonderful. Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to have you here with me today. So today, Facebook and Zoom are syncing in, which is great. So for those of you that are going to be asking me questions through Facebook, I will not be able to see your questions, but I'll get to them afterwards. So thank you for being a part of this group, for setting an intention. And the more of us join together, I think it's creating a much more powerful ripple effect across the entire collective. The whole purpose of this group, of course, is to stay in the positive mindset. I think it's crucial in keeping our immune system strong. Of course, follow all the CDC guidelines of staying at home. And I did suggest that when you can, turn off your electronics or stay away from them. Go for a walk outside if you're able to, or just sit outside. Or if you have a balcony, go on your balcony. It's important that you expose yourself to the sunlight. It's important that you go for a walk to ground yourself on this planet. The other thing that I mention every single day is your diet. Your diet plays a crucial role in supporting your immune system or keeping your immune system really strong. So for those of you with pre-existing medical conditions, of course, there's no better time than right now to focus on changing your diet, changing your lifestyle. So we're all being forced to be at home, and majority of the world population, of course, is not used to being at home. We're used to going into the offices. For me, I've had to switch years ago from being in the office to working out of my home for many, many years. So being a hermit is my natural state of being. But I'm so happy to share with all of you and ignite sort of this light and shine the light very, very bright. I think it's time for all of us to shift from fear. And I know listening to the news really impacts our fear state and impacts our level of consciousness. So if you can just minimize the amount of time you spend listening to the news, I promise you, you're going to be in a much better state of mind and state of being. So again, with your diet, if you can stop consuming dairy, that's really important because it produces a lot of mucus. And again, I'm going to repeat this every single day. Please stop having sugars, refined sugars, and also tons of fruit. If you're eating a lot of fruit, it's also high in sugar. So just watch how much fruit you're consuming. And alcohol is a big problem. It's also liquid sugar, right? So, and besides that, of course, it impacts you in so many negative ways as well. If you have any more questions about diet, I'll be happy to answer those questions as well. I do have a book that I wrote. It's called Holistic Wisdom, Awakening Your Inner Healer. So wherever you are in the world and you need some more guidance on how to bring balance to body, mind, and soul, this is an absolutely amazing tool. And what it is I've collected over 20 years of experience of being a pharmacist, being board certified in functional medicine. So all of the tools that I've used in my private practice that I've seen working with many people, I've incorporated into my book. So it gives you every step of the way of what to do, like how to tune into your food sensitivities, which is very different than food allergies, right? And they contribute to creating leaky gut, which in our gut is it's the area where our immunity resides, a majority of our immune system resides. And then it's about tapping into your adrenals, right? Finding out how to support your adrenal glands, which right now more than ever, they need support because most people are operating on fear and stress, survival. Then the book goes into mind aspects, which is how to find out what emotions are being blocked in you and how to release them and balance them. And then part 3 is all about soul aspects, how to incorporate sacred geometry, meditations, color light therapy. So all those wonderful tools that I know have worked in my practice for many, many years. Now, the book is available in hard copy for those of you that live in the United States. And for everyone else, you're welcome to also download the ebook version, which is also available on my website, wholistic.com with WHOLISTIC. And if you have any questions, please post them in the group here, and I'll be happy to answer them. So we talked about diet. We talked about how crucial it is to move your body. And there's so many outlets that have free yoga classes, free online workouts. So please, for those of you that know, share in the group. I think it's important for us to be able to share as many tools as possible that are easily accessible to everyone around the world. So I think that's important. Also, please share what it is that you all do, because I think in these times, uncertain times, it's important to be able to support each other as a global community. So if you have something that you do that is creative, that is inspiring, or whatever it is that you'd like to share, please do. I think that it's important for all of us to know those things. I know in my community in Tampa, Florida, the restaurants that are reaching out, because of course we're not able to go to restaurants, but for those of you that want to have takeout and want to support your local business, I know that some of them are giving promotions and kind of coupon codes. So if you have any of that, please feel free to also share, because you never know where people are coming from. And I think it's beautiful if you have something special to share that you want people to know and can support you in your line of work. All right. I know yesterday I was listening to the news, made a mistake of listening to the news for just a little bit, and it created a little bit of unease for me. So this is why I'm saying limit it as much as possible. And I try to do that. But yesterday I had about 10 minutes and I made a decision to see what our president had to say. So yes, staying at home is crucial, not gathering and socializing in big ways, which I'm sure most of you already know. But through this beautiful group and I'm sure many other online groups, this is definitely the most beautiful way that we can all stay connected and stay in our hearts, support each other as much as possible, and not feel so isolated. So let's now set an intention and let that intention be for today that I am love and light. Or perhaps I am divine, love and light. So let's kind of bring that into not just our awareness, but into our body. So let's take 3 breaths and say this in our mind. I am divine, love and light. Okay, very nice. Now, let's connect to our planet Earth. Let's anchor ourselves. I know most of us want to exit out and not want to be present with all the chaos and uncertainty that's happening. But I'm sure that being anchored and being present in our bodies, in our lives for ourselves is very important. So let's connect. Imagine that you have roots growing from your feet and your tailbone into the center of the earth. So take a big inhale, exhale, and bring your roots all the way into the center of our planet Earth. This is also the center where we have our Akasha, our morphogenetic field, and it's what I call the living library. It's something that I've talked about in one of my programs that's called Ignite Your Codes of Consciousness. So for those of you that are interested, I talk a lot about living library. So let's connect to that. And this is a record keeper of everything that is happening with you as an individual and also with all of us as a collective of humanity and all the other living beings on this planet. So connect to that. Now, bring this beautiful energy, inhale, exhale, and run this beautiful energy through your body. And you're going to bring in security, stability. And imagine that this energy perhaps is the color of red, orange, right? So you're bringing this fire, through you. And this fire is not only bringing the security and stability, but it's also burning everything that does not belong in your field, everything that is vibrating at the lowest frequencies, that is not part of your divine essence, right? All the contaminants. Inhale, exhale, and again, bring this fire through you and just burn everything that does not belong in your field. And you might feel some heat rising in your body. This is normal. So just keep your awareness on that. Beautiful. And now you can imagine that the flames are subsiding, but you're still having the security and stability running through you. Beautiful. This planet is supporting you. Now, imagine the beautiful white light coming from above you. And it's a beautiful crystalline white light. See it, now feel it. Let it run through your entire auric field, cleansing you with this beautiful crystalline energy. Your entire auric field. Everything that does not belong to you, let it go right now. So release it. Inhale, exhale, and release. And let this beautiful crystalline energy run through you all the way through your field into the center of the earth. Again, inhale. Exhale and let it go. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And now notice, where in your body are you holding tension? I know for me, it's been my shoulders. There's a lot of tension in my shoulders. So let's see where it is for you. It might be your shoulders, your heart center, right? Your chest area might feel heavy, a little anxious, maybe your throat, maybe your stomach. Wherever it might be, just notice. You don't have to do anything about it. Just kind of notice. Bring your awareness to it and observe it. Become the observer. Now, I want you to imagine that this tension is softening up. So imagine yourself softening up those areas. Okay? So my shoulders are softening at the moment. For you, perhaps it's your heart region that's really tight. So imagine that softening as well. Perhaps you're feeling some tension in the back between your scapulas, right? So imagine that area softening up. Your throat, just kind of soften your throat. Take a big inhale through your nose. And now let's exhale through our throat. So imagine that you have a mouth in your throat and just exhale. And release. And again, inhale. And release. And again, inhale. And release. And now notice how your body's feeling now. You're relaxing. You're letting go. And see if the area where you were bringing your attention to is shifting. So observe that right now. Wonderful. Okay. Now, imagine that you have this beautiful white light in the center of your chest area. This is your divine essence. So bring this beautiful light in. It's actually a part of you. So just bring your awareness into it. Inhale. Exhale. And just allow this light to expand. Again, inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. And now envision this light encompassing your entire chest area. So it's growing larger and larger with every inhale and exhale that you take. So again, inhale. Exhale. And now let's bring this beautiful white light and illuminate your lungs. Okay? So just imagine that your lungs are now luminous with this beautiful crystalline white light. Inhale. Exhale. I'm still feeling that some of you might be feeling resistance and tension in your heart center, and that's normal. So let's focus on this one other breath now. Okay, so let's inhale beautiful blue light. Okay, indigo blue. And that's going to kind of calm our central nervous system. So let's do that. Inhale the beautiful blue light. And let's exhale it through our solar plexus. Imagine that this yellow light is going to exhale. So ready? Inhale the blue. Exhale the yellow through the solar plexus. And the reason it's yellow, yellow helps detoxify. So we're releasing stored debris, fear, right, that does not belong in our body. Again, inhale the blue light, calming the nervous system. Exhale the yellow. Now I want you to inhale the white light through your heart center, and let's run it through the left side of our body, out through the left foot. Ready? Inhale. Exhale through the left foot. The energy leaves through our left side of the body. Again, inhale the white light. Exhale through the left side, left foot. Again, inhale. Let's do one more. Inhale. Beautiful. I feel it's much better. Yeah, the energy is much better, much more centered and calm. Beautiful. Now, let's imagine that we have this beautiful white light that we were just focusing on, which is your divine light. Okay? Now inhale, expand it to the size of the room that you're in. So you're in the center of the room, and everything in the room is illuminated with the beautiful divine essence, which is you, right? So that's your luminosity, your clarity, everything that is perfect and beautiful. Ready? Again, inhale. Exhale and bring this beautiful white light from within all the way around you. Now, imagine in your mind's eye every single person that is dear to you. Your loved ones, your friends, anyone, perhaps even your animals, right? So let's bring them in our field of perception. And perhaps you can see them smiling at you, looking at you. Now let's inhale this beautiful white light and expand it from our hearts and bring it around our loved ones. So inhale. And again, inhale. What you're doing is you're creating this beautiful blanket of security, stability, this beautiful light energy around all of the people that are dear to all of you. Beautiful. Now, imagine that we're all holding hands. So let's imagine there's going to be thousands of us that are going to be holding hands, perhaps millions. Our hands are an extension of our heart. So take a big inhale. Exhale, and let's hold our hands together. And let's feel our connection. That's beautiful. Yes. Now let's imagine this is a sacred circle that we've created. And in the middle of our circle is our beautiful planet Earth with all of its sentient beings. So let's send from our heart all the love and appreciation to our planet. And again, inhale this beautiful crystalline white essence, which is you. Exhale and bring this beautiful energy of gratitude to our planet. Now let's inhale. Exhale and bring the beautiful energy of love and light to all the healthcare workers around the world, nurses, doctors, pharmacists, everyone right now that is taking care of everyone who is sick. Inhale. Exhale and send this love to all the healthcare workers around the world. Beautiful. Because right now they're so busy taking care of everyone else. They need our love and support. Again, inhale. Exhale. Now let's imagine that we're sending love to all our world leaders, so they may also be in their love and light while making all the important decisions concerning each and every one of us. So imagine, let's send love to all the world leaders. Some of you might have a resistance to that, but it's important because I felt it in my throat, actually. It's important that we bring everyone in the divine light because everything is going to be revealed in the light, and we want to make sure we support every world leader with love. Now inhale. And let's imagine that we're bringing love to all those that are sick. Everyone whose immune system is compromised. Imagine that. Inhale. Let's send love and light and healing to all the hospitals around the world. Yeah. Inhale. Let's send love and light to all those that are struggling at this very moment. May they all have divine guidance at this very time and support in any way that they can be supported. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Let's send love and light to all humanity at this very moment. Let's take 3 deep breaths. Inhale. And again, inhale. And again, inhale. Beautiful. I thank you for setting this beautiful intention for today. As I mentioned yesterday and the day before yesterday, COVID-19 is vibrating at a very low frequency. Its frequency is 55, or the frequency, vibrational frequency, I call it the consciousness of this particular combination, because it's not just a virus. The reason, again, I'm going to mention this is because when you lower your vibrational frequency and you go into fear, jealousy, anger, resentment, you're aligning yourself perfectly with this vibration, with the vibration of COVID-19. I would love for all of us to transmute, okay? And what it takes is transmuting, besides taking care of your health, but it's important to transmute your energy field from fear, from all the negative, low vibrational emotions. Acknowledge them, embrace them, see where they lead you, but do not bathe in them. Okay? So the key is yes. Yes, we have uncertainty. We're not sure what's happening. Acknowledge that, embrace it. But I would like for you to shift into the vibration of love and peace. And it's only through staying in this vibration, uniting as what we're doing at the moment, by doing it as a collective, that we will be able to transmute the energy also of this virus, transmute the energy of fear, which we're asked to do, right? Into a higher level of consciousness, which is the level of love at 500. Level of peace is even higher. So I invite you to become friends with your fear, whatever it might be throughout the day. Allow it to come to you. Become an observer, just like we did right in the beginning of our session today. You observed your body, you acknowledge where it is, and then it's about releasing it. Perhaps for some of you, it might be journaling, right? And seeing what that fear is inviting you to heal within yourself. So always see that we're living in the duality and the polarity of things. So yes, when there's love, you will encounter fear, you will encounter other emotions as well. So it's going to be important to embrace them, to transmute them into something much bigger. All right, so that leads us to doing the breath work that we've been doing. This is our second week doing it together, and I'm so grateful that we're doing it together. I actually did not do it this morning. I try to do it every morning. I didn't have a chance to do it this morning. So for that, again, you're going to need your either mobile device, right, or some kind of stopwatch. You know, for me, I use my mobile phone. So I'll guide you through it again. Just as a reminder for those of you that are joining for the first time, we're going to do 30 inhales and 30 exhales through our mouths. On the 30th exhale, I want you to hold as long as you can, and this is when you start your timer, okay? Hold, and you're going to want to swallow. This is normal reflex. So go ahead and swallow. Just keep your mouth and your nose closed. When you can no longer hold, I'd like for you to take a big inhale and imagine this air, right? The amount of air that you just inhaled is going to go into your head. So it's going to go into your ears and into your crown, okay? Today, as I said in the beginning, I want you to focus on this affirmation. I'm divine, love, and light. And I want you to imagine that this beautiful light is flowing through you from above and through you. This is your reconnecting to your divine essence that you already are. You're just activating these aspects within yourself and reminding yourself of who you already are. Okay, ready? So we'll do that when we're holding our breath. I'm divine, love, and light. So ready? to wipe my nose, sorry. Okay, that was round number 1. Beautiful. So I know some of you, I just noticed, are joining me on Facebook. Just make sure that you don't, that you sign up through Zoom, because it's a lot easier for me to interact with you live and answer questions. It's very difficult for me to go back and forth between Zoom and Facebook. So for those of you that need a link, I will definitely post it in the Facebook group. Again, I posted it on earlier today. So for those of you that are here, please share your experience of how you feel after doing the first round. And what did you notice that came up for you during the process? I'd love to hear. You can type it also in the messenger. I know for me today was a little bit different. The last week I've been seeing a burst of light through my third eye. Today actually was seeing circles, like holographic circles coming out, which is interesting. That's something new and different that I have not experienced yet while doing the breath work. Again, as I mentioned before, there is no competition of how long we're holding our breath. Therefore, you have your own timer and you can time yourself and see how you are doing to watch your own progress. Every one of us is different. Depending on how long you've been doing this, of course, you'll notice progress. And some days will be easier than others to do it. I know for me, it depends on the day. It also, I notice, depends on what I eat. So, of course, it's not a good idea to eat right before doing the breath work because it will make you nauseous. Another thing, as a reminder, you will most likely feel lightheaded, which I still do. Like I actually noticed I was getting lightheaded a little bit while I was holding my breath on the big inhale. And again, that's normal. What else? We're bringing so much oxygen into our brain, into our body. This is creating the synchronicity and the flow between right and left side of the brain. So you're creating this unison and connectedness, a state of coherence between your brain and your heart. So it's important to be in that synchronicity because you become centered, your body's systems are harmonized and are flowing much easier. And also it boosts your immunity. So when you're doing these kinds of things, when you're in a state of coherence, everything is in flow. So it's really impossible for your system to not heal itself. And we're by design designed to be the best healers. We are our own cures. So it's crucial that you take care of your body, that you tune in, because your body will give you the insight into where your blocks are, where you're storing it. And of course, through learning different techniques, you'll be able to release any of the tension, any of the blocks before it becomes much louder in the form of chronic conditions. So let me answer a question that I have here. So Jane just said that I feel like I could hold my breath longer when I inhaled than when I exhaled. Yeah, so the second round, right, Jane? So the second time when you took the big inhale, you could hold it longer.
When I felt like I could hold it a lot longer. When I exhaled, it was like, oh no, now all the oxygen's gone. How long do I feel like this? It's like the sense of scarcity. It's like before, when you breathe all the oxygen in, you got it. But when you breathe it out, then it's like it's scarce. So then you want it more.
Yes, and it's also our mindset. So what's interesting is our mindset and our fear kicks in. And with this particular breath work and exercise, you're actually tapping into your part of the brain, the oldest part of our brain, right? The amygdala part. That is the reptilian part of our brain. So yeah, it's all about survival, kicking into that fight or flight mode. So it's learning how to, I would say, invite it to join you and not allow the fear to take over. So therefore, every time you do this, you're going to notice that you're actually able to hold your breath longer. Again, this is playing into the mindset of fear, right? I've had a few people that told me in the very beginning when we started doing this that they are afraid to hold their breath because they don't know what's going to happen. So again, start with baby steps, begin to notice, take notice of how much time you're holding it. And, you know, today, if you just started today and it's your day one, let that be your day one and take a note of how much time you're able to hold your breath. Tomorrow will be different. Sometimes it takes 2 to 3 days to notice a big change. I know for me initially, it was like a minute was like the longest I could hold. And then I noticed like, wow, I can do it like the whole thing for over 3 minutes. So it takes practice and time, but you can do it. And I would recommend doing it at least a couple of times a day or more. And you can do a lot more than that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's go into round number 2. Again, we're focusing on, as we're holding our breath, we're going to focus on an affirmation, is I'm divine light and love. Okay, and you can envision this beautiful light coming through you and imagine yourself just illuminating with light. So as you're holding your breath, and of course you're so present in your body, right? I want you to focus on that affirmation and focus on beaming the light out. Okay, so let me set my stopwatch. I'm going to reset it. Okay, ready? Okay, that was round number 2. I know for me, I noticed something interesting today. When I was saying the affirmation, I'm love and light, every time I said in my mind, I'm light, I noticed this kind of wave that came off of me, almost like on my cheeks. It was just coming out. And then I noticed, of course, I was having tingling, and I noticed waves of my own field expanding. So it's really powerful. If you're able to tune and feel, that would be magnificent. If you can't, it's okay. It takes time. But this is something new that I noticed. And perhaps it's also this focusing on this affirmation, which is so powerful as we're expanding our field and tuning into our own frequency of love and light, right? Consciously, I could actually feel it expanding. So this is a pretty powerful affirmation. So again, we're going to focus on it the 3rd time. Let me reset the timer. Okay, ready? beautiful. That was round number 3. For me, I held it a little longer the third time around. A couple of things that were coming to me. Well, first I want to share with you a story, because I don't know how many of you know this. I talk about it in my book. But I was growing up, I was a very sick child. I always had bronchitis, pneumonia. I mean, it was constant. In my 20s, I suffered from severe asthmatic attacks, and I had to sign a waiver, so I didn't go to the hospital. A pulmonologist, I had to go see a pulmonologist, and he told me my lungs were functioning at 25% capacity. So I'm sharing this with you. Of course, I got myself off of all the meds because I was told I'll be on 6 medications for the rest of my life. But the story that I want to share with you is when I started doing this breath work every single day, starting a couple of months ago, I noticed in the beginning I was having a very difficult time holding my breath, and I would be coughing. Even though I thought my lungs were healed, apparently they weren't. There were aspects in them that were still needing healing. I could feel it, and then after I would hold my breath, I was coughing a lot. So just now, I mean, this is the second month I'm doing this, second week doing it with all of you, and I've noticed a major shift for me energetically and, of course, physically in my lungs as well. So I'm sharing this because I was doing this, someone who had issues with lungs my whole life. And for majority of you probably, or for those of you that are suffering from asthma, know this is such a great exercise to bring more oxygen into your lungs. And of course, diet plays a huge role in our ability to how we're able to hold our breath as well. And then mindset, right? I know Jane brought up being in that fear, right? Lack of oxygen, not being able to hold your breath as long. And I can assure you that it's possible. And you're going to be your own record breaker. So you'll be your own champion, and you can monitor the amount of time that you are being able to hold your breath. And of course, we're going to be doing this daily for quite some time. The other thing I want to bring up is a couple of months ago, I literally channeled. It was my first, besides channeling all the meditations that I've done for Silvana and for my own platform, I've channeled this incredible body of work, which is Ignite Your Codes of Consciousness. It's a 7-day series. It's life-changing. It changed me. It's something that I listen to on a daily basis as well. So this is a wonderful, wonderful content for you to be a part of. It's available online. You can take it as many times as you want. You get to own all the content. But what I've done is I actually took that content, Raise Your Vibration meditation and booklet, workbook, my cookbook that I created for my big online program, the 33 soul prescriptions ebook, and many, many new meditations like fear of loneliness, how to heal your body, and so much more. I combined it all into one package. It's called Healthy at Home Bundle. So for those of you that want to stay in your love, in your high vibrational frequency, this is absolutely a perfect combination of all of those things that I've done in the last couple of months, all of the body of work that I've put together. If you just want to do Raise Your Vibration, that's available with the workbook. It's a meditation and workbook, or Ignite Your Codes of Consciousness. Incredible work. I've taken people from day one. We measured the vibrational frequency of consciousness of our group, what happened on day one throughout each day until the last day. And as a group, as a collective, we've shifted from a vibration which was way below love into, I believe it was peace, which is so beautiful. It's much higher than love frequency. So if you're seeking for peace, for balance, for being centered, besides doing what I'm so happy to share with you every single day, you're welcome to join that online program as well. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this beautiful group, for sharing your love. I feel it. I appreciate all of you. Please share this video. I'm going to be posting this on social media with your friends. Invite your friends and family members to join. Again, I will post the link to sign up into the Zoom calls, and I will be seeing you tomorrow. Now, for those of you that want to join me in the morning, I'll be doing it twice. I was asked to be a part of the group tomorrow. It's a different group. They're, I believe, in Australia. and they have over 30,000 people on that platform. So I'm going to do this transmission at 8:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. And those of you that want to join me at a regular time, I'll be doing that as well at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you. Have a beautiful day.
How do we
Stay.
get the information for the 8:31?
I'll send it. I'll post it right now. Oh, let me see if I can.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, let me get out of Facebook. Stop.
And